The recent NFL buzz surrounding a supposed blockbuster trade between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns, a fantasy scenario where Dak Prescott would be sent to Cleveland in exchange for rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, has set the football world ablaze. Despite the fact that this rumor is rooted far more in social media sensationalism than in any actual front office negotiations, it's easy to see why such a narrative has gained so much traction so quickly. This type of speculation has all the ingredients that make sports rumors go viral: star quarterbacks, intriguing family legacies, two franchises with a history of quarterback drama, and two fan bases that are constantly on edge, hungry for anything that promises to change their team's fortunes. The mere thought of the Cowboys moving on from Dak Prescott, their longtime starter, their captain, and the face of the franchise is enough to spark heated debates across fan forums, radio shows, and sports talk television. Add to that the allure of Shedeur Sanders, the highly publicized son of Hall of Famer and coaching icon Deion Coach Prime Sanders, and you have a recipe for a rumor that captures imaginations even if it defies logic. But before diving too deep into this rabbit hole of social media-fueled fantasy football scenarios, it's essential to take a breath, step back, and assess this alleged trade for what it is: pure fiction with no basis in reality. Dak Prescott has been under the NFL's brightest spotlight since he first took over the Cowboys' offense back in 2016. Year after year, he's been one of the most scrutinized quarterbacks in the league. Whether fans sing his praises or call for a change, what can't be denied are the numbers he's put up, the leadership he's displayed, and the resilience he's shown. Dak has guided the team through playoff runs, earned and kept the trust of the Jones family, and just capped off a season where his efficiency and command of the offense were among the best in the NFL. Beyond the stats and the leadership, there's the not-so-small matter of his contract. Prescott is playing under one of the most financially complex and restrictive deals in football, a 4-year, $160 million extension that includes massive cap hits and, importantly, a no-trade clause. The financial gymnastics required to move him would be staggering, especially for a team like Cleveland, who would have to tear up their cap structure just to absorb it. Trading Dak would trigger a dead cap hit north of over $60 or even $90 million, depending on the timing, a figure so large it would cripple the Cowboys' ability to build a competitive roster. On the flip side of this fantasy deal is Shedeur Sanders, a rookie quarterback who has generated buzz not just because of his talent, but because of his last name. After transferring to Colorado to play under his father, Shedeur put up eye-catching performances, displaying a strong arm, good poise under pressure, and leadership qualities that had draft analysts split on where he'd land. Some saw him as a first-round pick. Others saw more of a project in need of refinement. Ultimately, Shedeur fell to the 5th round in the 2025 NFL Draft, landing with the Cleveland Browns, a team with its own tangled quarterback history and a current depth chart featuring names like Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Shedeur is on a rookie deal, the standard low-cost contract that comes with that draft slot, a far cry from Dak's mega deal. The idea that the Browns would ship out this inexpensive, high-upside rookie before he's taken a single snap in exchange for a high-priced veteran simply doesn't hold water. What's remarkable is how quickly an idea like this can spread. One local radio host tosses out a what-if scenario, and within hours, it's been screenshotted, tweeted, turned into TikTok hot takes, and discussed on national sports talk shows as if it has a shred of truth behind it. The social media echo chamber amplifies these baseless ideas, turning commentary into canon almost overnight. NFL insiders, of course, were quick to shut it down. Reporters with real connections inside both organizations confirmed that there have been zero conversations between the Cowboys and Browns regarding such a trade. One source called it absolutely not true. Another flatly stated that such a deal would be fiscally irresponsible for both teams. These aren't soft denials. They're definitive statements that align with everything a salary cap analyst or general manager would tell you. Not only is this trade unlikely, it's structurally impossible within the league's current financial system. And yet, the story sticks, and that speaks volumes about the unique place the Cowboys occupy in the NFL universe. Dallas isn't just a football team, they're a media juggernaut, a soap opera that America loves to follow. Every off-season rumor, every press conference comment, every hint of drama gets blown up because of who they are. When you pair that with a team like the Browns, a franchise still searching for stability at quarterback after years of inconsistency, and a player like Shedeur Sanders, whose name alone brings with it intrigue and media attention thanks to Coach Prime, it's no wonder fans and commentators alike get swept up in a fantasy scenario like this. People hear Shedeur Sanders and Dallas Cowboys in the same sentence, and their imaginations run wild, even if reality tells a very different story. There's also the human side of this, the emotional undercurrent that fuels fan engagement. Some Cowboys fans, weary after yet another season that fell short of a Super Bowl, are eager for a dramatic change, any change. The idea of moving on from Dak, however unrealistic, taps into that frustration and longing for a fresh start. Meanwhile, Browns fans, who remain unsure about Deshaun Watson's health, leadership, or long-term prospects, might latch onto the idea of bringing in an established quarterback like Dak, even if such a move makes no sense financially or strategically. Fantasy trades like this satisfy that part of every fan's brain that craves instant fixes, bold moves, and satisfying what-if scenarios. But actual team building is slower, more deliberate, and far more complicated. It's worth remembering that teams don't make trades like this just because a player might be available or because fans want a shakeup. Dak Prescott isn't on the trade block. The Cowboys haven't given the slightest indication that they're looking to move him. Head coach Mike McCarthy has repeatedly backed Dak as the leader of this team. Unless something catastrophic happens, a total collapse, a locker room implosion, there's no reason for Dallas to blow up their foundation. On the other side, the Browns aren't looking to deal Shedeur Sanders. They drafted him to develop him, not to trade him away before he's had a chance to grow. They see him as part of their future, a potential long-term solution who comes without the massive financial and media baggage they've dealt with before. At the end of the day, this rumor is a reminder of how sports media can turn the faintest whiff of a hypothetical into a headline. It underscores the importance for fans to think critically about what they read and hear. Before buying into the next big trade rumor, ask yourself, who's reporting this? Does it make sense within the salary cap? Does it fit with the team's public plans and statements? In this case, every one of those questions leads to a clear answer: no, this trade isn't happening. There's no foundation for it beyond fan frustration, media chatter, and wishful thinking. So will the Cowboys trade Dak Prescott to the Browns for Shedeur Sanders? Absolutely not. Will these kinds of rumors keep popping up and gaining traction? Without question. That's just the nature of today's sports landscape, where instant speculation often spreads faster than thoughtful analysis. But the truth is, real football decisions aren't made on Twitter. They're made behind closed doors by GMs with spreadsheets, scouting reports, medical records, and cap tables in hand, not by fantasy trade machines or fan wish lists. As fans, it's fun to dream, but it's also important to keep one foot grounded in reality. In this case, the only thing blockbuster about this trade rumor is how wildly off base it is.